Have you ever wondered why some people seem so calm, focused, and content in their daily lives, while others are constantly overwhelmed by stress and distractions? What is it that sets them apart? Could it be that the habits they practice are the key to their peace and happiness? What if you could adopt these simple habits and transform your own life, step by step? Imagine waking up every morning feeling at peace, ready to face the day with clarity and confidence. How would your life change if you could master the small actions that lead to a calm and positive mindset? The good news is that these habits are not difficult to practice. In fact, they are rooted in wisdom that has been passed down for centuries, especially in Buddhism. By incorporating these habits into your daily routine, you can start seeing real changes in how you feel, think, and interact with the world. At Wisdom Woven, we are committed to helping you live a balanced, peaceful, and fulfilling life. In this video, we will guide you through 10 transformative habits based on ancient Buddhist teachings, habits that anyone can adopt. These habits will help you lead a life of mindfulness, compassion, and purpose. Stick with us until the end, and you'll discover how these small changes can make a big impact on your life. There are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% of viewers subscribe. Why not be part of that 0.2% who take the first step towards a better life? So, if you haven't already, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. You don't want to miss the valuable insights we share here. Now, let's dive in and explore these 10 simple yet powerful habits. These habits are not just about making changes to your routine. They are about changing the way you live your life every single day. Ready? Let's get started. The habit of mindful awareness. In this world filled with noise, distractions, and endless thoughts, we often forget to simply be. We are so caught up in the whirlwind of our daily routines that we forget the power of being fully present in the moment. Imagine you are walking outside, feeling the breeze, hearing the birds, and noticing the small details around you. Yet, your mind is elsewhere, thinking about the past, planning the future, or worrying about something you cannot control. In that moment, you are missing the beauty of the present. This is where the practice of mindful awareness comes in. Mindfulness is the art of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about noticing the simple things, the way your body feels as you breathe, the taste of your food, or the sensation of walking. In Buddhism, this practice is called sati, which means to remember. It's about remembering to be present and aware, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Many of us go through life on autopilot, not realizing the incredible richness of each moment. We rush from one task to another, distracted by our phones, our thoughts, or our worries. But mindfulness invites us to pause. It asks us to step back from our thoughts and observe them without getting caught up in them. When we practice mindfulness, we become the witness of our own lives, not just the participant. Take a moment to think. When was the last time you truly noticed something around you? Perhaps a flower blooming or the feel of sunlight on your face. These simple experiences often pass us by, unnoticed. But when we cultivate mindfulness, we can begin to notice the beauty and richness of each moment. Mindful awareness isn't just about sitting in silence and meditating. It can be woven into everything we do. Whether it's washing dishes, taking a shower, or having a conversation, mindfulness invites us to fully experience whatever we are doing. Instead of rushing through our tasks or multitasking, we focus on the task at hand, giving it our full attention. By doing this, we not only improve our experience of life, but we also create space for deeper understanding and clarity. The Buddha himself taught the importance of mindfulness in the Satipatthana Sutta, where he outlines 4 foundations of mindfulness. These are mindfulness of the body, feelings, mind, and mental objects. Through these, we learn to observe the world as it is, without attachment or aversion, without judgment or expectation. Mindfulness helps us see things as they truly are, impermanent, ever-changing, and interconnected. You may wonder, how can I be more mindful in my daily life? The first step is simply to pay attention. When you're eating, notice the taste of your food. When you're walking, feel the ground beneath your feet. When you're talking with someone, listen fully to what they're saying without thinking of your response. These small actions, done with full attention, help bring us back to the present moment. Another powerful practice in mindfulness is the act of mindful breathing. We all breathe, but do we ever pay attention to our breath? The breath is a natural anchor, always with us, guiding us back to the present. Whenever you feel stressed or distracted, simply bring your focus to your breath. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold for a moment, and then exhale gently. As you breathe, observe the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. This simple practice can bring you back to the present moment, calm your mind, and reconnect you with your body. Mindfulness also encourages us to be kind to ourselves. Often, we are our own harshest critics, judging ourselves for not being perfect or for making mistakes. But mindfulness teaches us to be compassionate with our own thoughts and feelings. It helps us notice when we are being hard on ourselves and gently guide us back to a place of acceptance and understanding. Through mindfulness, we learn to treat ourselves with the same care and kindness that we would show to a friend. The benefits of mindful awareness are profound. When we are mindful, we experience life with greater clarity. We are less likely to be overwhelmed by stress, anxiety, or negative thoughts. We begin to respond to situations with calm and presence, instead of reacting impulsively. Over time, mindfulness helps us develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It brings peace to our minds and helps us cultivate a life of balance. Let's consider an example. Imagine you are having a conversation with a friend. Normally, you might be thinking about what to say next, planning your response while they are still speaking. You might even miss something important they say. But when you practice mindful awareness, you fully listen. You give your attention to your friend's words, their tone, and their emotions. You are present with them, not thinking about the past or the future, but fully in the here and now. As a result, you have a deeper connection with your friend and a more meaningful conversation. Mindful awareness is also essential in how we approach challenges in life. When we face difficulties, our first reaction is often to resist or avoid them. We may get frustrated, angry, or upset, but mindfulness invites us to face these challenges with acceptance. Instead of pushing them away, we observe them without judgment. We recognize that challenges, like everything else, are impermanent. By staying present and observing our reactions, we can respond with wisdom and clarity, rather than being overwhelmed by our emotions. One of the most powerful aspects of mindfulness is its ability to help us let go. When we practice mindfulness, we become aware of our attachments, whether it's to things, outcomes, or even our own ideas. We see how these attachments cause us suffering, and we learn to release them. This doesn't mean that we stop caring about things or people. It simply means that we don't let our attachments control us. Mindfulness teaches us to hold things lightly, to appreciate them without clinging to them. This habit of mindful awareness is not something that happens overnight. It takes time and practice, but just like any habit, the more we practice, the more natural it becomes. Start small. Begin by practicing mindfulness in short bursts throughout your day. Perhaps for a few minutes when you wake up, or during a meal, or when you take a walk. With time, you will find that mindfulness becomes a natural part of your life. It will transform how you experience the world, bringing you peace, clarity, and joy in every moment. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life is a profound way to cultivate inner peace. It's a practice that is always available to you, no matter where you are or what you are doing. The more you practice, the more you will feel the benefits in your life. It's a habit that can truly transform your mind and your world. So, take a moment now and breathe. Bring your awareness to the present. Let go of distractions. You are exactly where you need to be. Cultivating gratitude daily. Gratitude is like a seed. At first, it's small and easy to overlook, but with patience and care, it grows into something powerful and life-changing. It's a practice that, when nurtured, fills the heart with warmth, peace, and appreciation for the simple things in life. But what is gratitude, really? It's not just about saying thank you when someone does something nice for you. True gratitude goes deeper. It's about recognizing the goodness in all things, big and small, and understanding that everything we have is a gift. In Buddhism, gratitude is not just a polite gesture. It is a way of seeing the world through a lens of appreciation and understanding. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to pause. Feel the breath entering and leaving your body. Feel the earth beneath your feet. These small moments, though they may seem insignificant, are gifts. Recognize them, acknowledge them. This simple practice of beginning your day with gratitude sets the tone for everything that follows. It helps you see the beauty in ordinary moments and reminds you of the countless blessings in your life. Gratitude is also a practice of humility. When you begin to notice the many things you are grateful for, you naturally start to feel smaller in the grand scheme of things. You begin to see that the world doesn't revolve around you. It's a humbling experience that fosters greater awareness and connection to the world around you. In Buddhism, this is referred to as cultivating a beginner's mind, approaching each moment with openness and without preconceived notions. When you live with gratitude, you let go of the belief that you are entitled to anything, and you start to see everything as a gift. The simple act of being grateful can also shift your perspective. When you focus on what you're thankful for, it becomes harder to complain or dwell on the negatives. It's as though your mind has been trained to seek out the good, even in difficult situations. In challenging moments, ask yourself, what is there to be grateful for right now? It could be something as simple as the fact that you are breathing, or that you have the ability to learn from the experience. No matter how difficult the day may be, gratitude has the power to change your mindset and lift your spirits. As you practice gratitude, you begin to develop a deeper sense of peace. You realize that you don't need to chase after external things to feel fulfilled. Happiness doesn't come from having more possessions or achieving more goals. True happiness comes from within, and it is cultivated by appreciating what is already present in your life. This is why gratitude is often referred to as a mindfulness practice. When you are grateful, you are fully present in the moment. You are not thinking about what you lack or what you wish for in the future. You are simply content with what is. Buddhism teaches that all things are interconnected, and gratitude is a perfect reflection of this truth. When you are grateful, you acknowledge the many forces that have come together to bring you to this moment. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the love and support of others. Everything is part of a larger web of interdependence. When you understand this, you begin to see that your life is not isolated. It is part of something much bigger. And with this understanding comes a sense of reverence and respect for the world around you. In the Buddhist tradition, there is a practice called metta, or loving-kindness meditation. This practice involves silently repeating phrases like, "May I be happy," "May I be healthy," "May I be free from suffering." Over time, practitioners extend this loving kindness to others, saying, "May you be happy," "May you be healthy," "May you be free from suffering." This practice of metta is closely related to gratitude because it helps you cultivate a sense of compassion for others, as well as for yourself. When you are grateful for the people in your life, you naturally want to wish them happiness and well-being. Gratitude also has the power to heal. It shifts your focus away from what is missing or broken and toward what is whole and complete. In moments of pain or loss, it's easy to focus on what is no longer there. But gratitude allows you to acknowledge the beauty and love that still exists, even in difficult times. It helps you to heal by reminding you that, even in the midst of hardship, there is always something to be thankful for. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to transform your relationships. When you express gratitude to others, you strengthen your connection with them. Gratitude fosters a sense of mutual respect and appreciation, and it creates an environment of positivity and support. It's easy to take the people in your life for granted, but when you consciously acknowledge their importance, it strengthens the bond between you. A simple thank you can go a long way in building stronger, more meaningful relationships. In Buddhist teachings, the practice of gratitude is often connected to the concept of impermanence. The idea is that nothing lasts forever, and so it's important to appreciate what we have while we have it. This doesn't mean clinging to things or people, but rather being fully present and thankful for the moments we have. When we practice gratitude with the understanding that everything is temporary, we begin to let go of our attachments and embrace the present moment. To cultivate gratitude daily, start small. Keep a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you are thankful for every day. It doesn't matter how big or small these things are. What matters is that you are acknowledging them. Over time, you will begin to notice how this practice shifts your perspective. You will start to see the world through the lens of abundance, rather than scarcity. You will feel richer, not in material possessions, but in the fullness of life. Another simple way to practice gratitude is through meditation. Sit quietly and focus on your breath. As you inhale and exhale, bring to mind something or someone you are grateful for. It could be a person who has helped you, a beautiful moment you experienced, or simply the fact that you are alive. Allow the feeling of gratitude to fill your heart. Let it expand with every breath you take. This practice helps you to anchor yourself in the present moment and connect with the beauty that surrounds you. Gratitude also teaches us to be more patient. Often, we want things to happen quickly, and when they don't, we feel frustrated. But when you practice gratitude, you learn to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. You understand that everything happens in its own time, and that each moment is valuable, even if it doesn't unfold exactly the way you want it to. As you continue to nurture the habit of gratitude, you will find that your mind becomes more peaceful. You stop searching for happiness outside of yourself, and instead, you begin to discover it within. Gratitude is the key to unlocking this inner peace. It's the practice that allows you to appreciate what you have, rather than focusing on what you lack. So, make gratitude a daily practice. Start small, but start today. With time, you will find that this simple habit can transform your life in ways you never imagined. It is the doorway to greater peace, joy, and fulfillment. And as you practice gratitude, you will find that the world around you becomes more beautiful, more connected, and more alive. Practicing compassion and loving kindness. In the stillness of the morning, before the world stirs, a simple question rises. How can we make the world a better place? The answer, my friend, is not found in grand gestures or loud actions. It is found in the quiet, gentle act of kindness, which begins with you and me, in each moment of our day. Compassion and loving kindness are not mere words, they are ways of being. When we say compassion, we mean the deep understanding that all living beings suffer, and that we have the power to ease that suffering, even if just a little. Loving kindness is the practice of wishing happiness and peace for others, regardless of who they are or what they have done. These are the habits that transform not only our own hearts, but the world around us. In Buddhism, compassion is seen as one of the highest virtues. The Buddha himself taught that true happiness comes when we stop focusing on ourselves and extend our hearts to others. We all share the same human experience: suffering, joy, love, loss, and growth. By recognizing this shared experience, we open ourselves to compassion. When we feel compassion, we move beyond selfishness and see the world with clearer eyes, more understanding, and deeper love. But how do we practice this in daily life? It begins with small, simple acts. When you encounter another person, whether they are a friend, a stranger, or someone who has hurt you, ask yourself, how can I help? How can I bring peace into this moment? It might be a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or even just a smile. Sometimes, it's as simple as listening without judgment or offering a silent prayer for someone's well-being. Compassion doesn't always require action. Sometimes, it is enough to simply hold space for another's pain, without trying to fix it or change it. Loving kindness, too, is a practice that can begin with small steps. The Buddha taught a practice known as metta, or loving kindness meditation. This is a practice where you send out thoughts of goodwill to yourself and then to others, gradually expanding your circle of love. It might begin with sending love to yourself, because we must first love ourselves to be able to share love with others. From there, you send love to a loved one, to a neutral person, and finally to those with whom you have difficulty. You can extend your love even to those who have hurt you, for the path of healing often begins with forgiveness. But it's not always easy, is it? The world can be harsh, and people can be difficult. Sometimes, it feels as though the pain and hurt we experience from others closes our hearts. But this is when we need compassion the most. When we are hurt, it is easy to shut ourselves off from others, to retreat into fear and defensiveness. But Buddha taught that to open the heart, to practice loving kindness, is the path to freedom. For when we hold on to anger, when we hold on to resentment, we are the ones who suffer. By practicing compassion, we free ourselves from these chains. The practice of loving kindness also teaches us to see others not as separate from us, but as part of a larger whole. In Buddhism, there is the concept of interbeing, which means that all things are interconnected. When you practice compassion, you are not just helping another person. You are helping yourself, because in helping others, you recognize that they are you. You are bound together by the same forces of life. Start small. At first, it may feel difficult to love someone who has hurt you, but with time, as you open your heart through practice, you will find that your capacity for love grows. Even when words are not enough, love speaks in the silence of understanding and in the presence of your calmness. Compassion is not about fixing others. It is about being with them, offering them the gift of your presence, and extending the warmth of your heart. When you practice compassion, it also brings peace to your own life. The world can often feel chaotic, and there are many things beyond our control. But the one thing you can always control is your ability to respond with kindness. In a world that can seem filled with anger and conflict, your simple acts of compassion are like ripples in a pond. They spread out and touch the lives of others, even if you cannot see how. A smile, a word of encouragement, or a moment of patience can turn a person's day around, even in the smallest way. But compassion is not always easy. Sometimes, it requires that we let go of our own pride and ego. To offer kindness, we must be willing to see others as equals, not as lesser or greater than ourselves. We must let go of the need to be right, to win, to dominate. Compassion asks us to bow down to the shared humanity in others. It asks us to set aside our judgments and see others not as they appear, but as they truly are, just another person trying to navigate the world, just like you. As you move through your day, ask yourself how you can practice compassion in each moment. Can you listen more deeply? Can you forgive more readily? Can you extend a hand to someone who needs it? These small acts add up, and over time, they change you. They change your heart, and they change the world around you. And remember, compassion is not about being perfect. You will make mistakes, you will feel frustrated, and you will sometimes find yourself retreating into old habits. But this is okay. In Buddhism, there is a teaching called the middle way, the path of balance. It is not about striving for perfection, but about finding harmony in all things, including our own flaws and imperfections. Compassion is about doing your best, learning from your mistakes, and continuing to open your heart to others, even when it feels difficult. At the end of the day, when you lay your head down to rest, ask yourself, did I practice compassion today? And if the answer is yes, then rejoice in that. If the answer is no, then take a deep breath, forgive yourself, and try again tomorrow. Each day is a new opportunity to open your heart wider, to share kindness, and to heal not only others, but yourself as well. As you continue on this path of compassion, remember that you are not alone. The Buddhist teachings have been passed down for thousands of years, and they continue to guide us today. With every act of kindness, you are walking in the footsteps of those who have come before you, and you are contributing to the peace and harmony of the world. You are helping to build a world where all beings, regardless of their circumstances, can find happiness, love, and peace. So, take a moment today and ask yourself, how can I practice compassion right now? What can I do to make the world a little softer, a little kinder, a little more loving? The answer, as always, lies within you. Embracing simplicity in actions and thoughts. In the busy world we live in, it is easy to become entangled in complexity. We fill our lives with endless tasks, expectations, and distractions, believing that this is what it takes to succeed. But in the quiet moments, when the noise fades, we realize that true peace does not come from complication. It comes from simplicity. Simplicity is not about doing less. It is about focusing on what truly matters and letting go of what is not. It is about finding clarity in every action, every thought, and every breath. When we embrace simplicity, we create space for peace, contentment, and deep connection with ourselves and others. In Buddhism, simplicity is seen as the path to liberation. It allows us to release attachments to the things that weigh us down and return to our true nature. Think about the way you approach your day. How often do you find yourself overwhelmed by too many choices, too many responsibilities, and too much clutter in your mind? You wake up with a long list of things to do, and before you know it, the day is gone, leaving you feeling drained and disconnected. But what if, instead of rushing from one task to another, you could slow down and focus on one thing at a time? What if, instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you could simply be present in the moment, fully immersed in whatever you are doing? This is the power of simplicity. When we simplify our actions, we simplify our thoughts. Our minds become less cluttered, and we begin to experience the world with a new sense of clarity. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a source of mindfulness. Whether you are eating, walking, or washing dishes, you can be fully present, fully aware of what you are doing. This brings a profound sense of peace, as you are no longer pulled in 1,000 different directions. You are grounded in the present moment. But simplicity is not just about slowing down. It is also about letting go of unnecessary desires. In Buddhism, the attachment to material things and the constant craving for more is seen as the source of suffering. We chase after things, believing they will bring us happiness, only to find that they never truly satisfy us. The more we have, the more we want. This endless cycle keeps us restless and unsatisfied. When we embrace simplicity, we begin to let go of the need for excess. We start to see that true happiness does not come from possessions, status, or achievements. Instead, it comes from being content with what we have, appreciating the simple joys of life, and finding gratitude in the present moment. This shift in mindset allows us to experience life with more ease and less stress. We no longer feel the pressure to keep up with others or to prove our worth through external accomplishments. In your daily life, you can start practicing simplicity by examining your thoughts and actions. Begin by asking yourself, is this necessary? Is this truly important? If the answer is no, then let it go. Whether it is a thought, a task, or an item, if it does not serve your well-being, release it. By doing so, you will make room for what truly matters: peace, joy, and mindfulness. Simplicity also means finding balance. It is about recognizing that we cannot do everything at once, and we should not try to. Life is a rhythm, not a race. When we try to do too much, we spread ourselves too thin, and the quality of our actions suffers. But when we focus on one thing at a time, with full attention and presence, we perform it to the best of our ability. This is the essence of mindful living. It is not about rushing through life, but savoring each moment, each experience, and each breath. The practice of simplicity also extends to our relationships with others. In a world where communication can be complicated and misunderstandings are common, simplicity in our interactions can bring great clarity. When we speak, we can choose our words carefully, avoiding unnecessary chatter and focusing on what is truly meaningful. When we listen, we can do so with full presence, without distractions or judgment. This kind of simple communication fosters deeper connection, understanding, and compassion. To live simply is not to live with less, but to live with intention. It means prioritizing what is truly important and letting go of everything that does not contribute to your well-being or peace of mind. This way of living allows you to focus on your inner world, cultivating a sense of calm and clarity that extends into every part of your life. The beauty of simplicity is that it is accessible to everyone. It does not require special skills, wealth, or status. All it requires is the willingness to slow down, to reflect on what truly matters, and to make small changes in how you live. When you begin to embrace simplicity, you will notice a profound shift in your experience of the world. The things that once seemed so important will fade away, and you will be left with a deep sense of satisfaction and peace. Take a moment now to reflect on your own life. How can you simplify? What can you let go of? What can you bring into your life that truly nurtures your spirit and supports your journey towards peace and contentment? The answers may not come immediately, but with patience and mindfulness, you will begin to see where simplicity can make the greatest impact. By embracing simplicity, you align yourself with the natural flow of life. You stop fighting against the current and begin to move with it. You stop trying to control everything and start allowing life to unfold as it is meant to. This brings a sense of freedom, a freedom that comes from trusting the process of life and being at peace with what is. As you continue to practice simplicity in your thoughts, actions, and relationships, you will find that life becomes more manageable, more meaningful, and more peaceful. The less you hold on to, the lighter you feel. The less you chase, the more you find. This is the path to true happiness, not through accumulation, but through release. Simplicity is a path of freedom. It frees you from the burden of excessive desires, from the stress of trying to do it all, and from the constant noise of the outside world. By simplifying your life, you create the space for true inner peace to emerge. It is in this simplicity that you will discover the greatest treasures of all: contentment, clarity, and peace. And in this space, you will find the freedom to live fully, to be present, and to experience the beauty of each moment just as it is. Letting go of attachments. In the quiet stillness of the mind, there is freedom. To experience this freedom, we must first learn the art of letting go. Attachment, in all its forms, holds us prisoner. It binds us to things, people, and even to our own desires and fears. But what if I told you that by simply releasing these attachments, you could find a peace that never fades? Let us begin with the truth. Everything in this world is impermanent. Every moment passes, every object wears down, and every relationship changes. Nothing lasts forever. We, as human beings, cling to things, hoping that they will bring us lasting happiness. But what happens when those things fade? When the person we rely on changes, or the material possession we cherish breaks? We feel sadness, anxiety, and sometimes despair. This is the weight of attachment. Imagine for a moment a leaf falling from a tree. It is part of nature's cycle, unattached, free to be carried by the wind. It does not struggle to hold on to the branch. It knows that it must fall, and in falling, it becomes part of something greater. We too must learn from the leaf. We are part of a larger flow, a continuous cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Just like the leaf, we must learn to let go. Buddhism teaches us that attachment is the root of suffering. When we hold on to things, expecting them to give us joy or fulfillment, we set ourselves up for disappointment. This does not mean we should stop caring or loving. It simply means that we should learn to love without clinging, love without expectation, care without fear of loss. This is not easy, but it is simple. Start by noticing where your attachments lie. Do you cling to your success, your possessions, your relationships? Or perhaps you are attached to an ideal image of yourself, one that you fear will slip away if you do not protect it. The first step in letting go is to become aware of where these attachments exist. Next, understand that letting go does not mean rejecting or abandoning. It simply means allowing things to come and go without grasping. For example, imagine you are holding a cup of tea. The tea is warm, comforting, and brings you pleasure. But when the tea grows cold, you do not hold on to it. You set the cup down, knowing that you can always refill it later. In the same way, when we experience happiness, we enjoy it fully, but when it fades, we let it go. We do not cling to the fleeting moments of joy, because we know that more moments will come. The practice of letting go is deeply connected to mindfulness. When we live in the present moment, we do not need to cling to the past or worry about the future. We learn to appreciate what is here and now without fear of losing it. This is freedom. This is peace. One of the most profound teachings of Buddhism is the understanding that everything is interconnected. When we let go of our attachments, we free ourselves, but we also free others. When we stop demanding, controlling, or holding on, we allow life to flow naturally, and in doing so, we create space for others to grow as well. It is through this process of letting go that we find true compassion. Compassion arises when we stop holding on to our own desires and begin to see others as they truly are. Just like us, imperfect and changing, yet worthy of love and understanding. Letting go is not a one-time act. It is a practice, a habit that we must return to again and again. Every time we feel ourselves tightening around an attachment, we gently remind ourselves that it is okay to release. We let go of the need to control. We let go of the fear of loss. We let go of the desire to possess. This practice of letting go can be applied to many aspects of life. Perhaps you have an attachment to a job, a title, or a particular outcome. Maybe you have a relationship that you fear will end, or a goal that you are desperately trying to achieve. These attachments create tension in the body and mind. They make us anxious, restless, and unfulfilled. By releasing these attachments, we begin to find a sense of ease. Letting go is also a way of forgiving. We often hold on to grudges, resentments, and past hurts, thinking that by holding on to them, we will protect ourselves. But all we do is poison our own hearts. To forgive is to let go, not for the sake of others, but for our own peace. Forgiveness frees us from the past and allows us to step into the present with a clean heart. One powerful method of practicing letting go is meditation. Through meditation, we learn to observe our thoughts without attachment. Thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. We do not need to hold on to them. We simply watch them, let them pass, and return to the stillness within. With regular practice, we begin to cultivate a deeper sense of detachment. We realize that we are not our thoughts, our emotions, or our circumstances. We are the observer, the witness of all that arises. As you move through your daily life, take moments to pause and reflect on your attachments. Do you find yourself clinging to something that is causing you stress? Is there something you are holding on to that you need to release? With each small act of letting go, you are moving closer to the peace and freedom that Buddhism promises. Letting go is not about loss. It is about opening yourself to the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. There is great wisdom in the idea that the more we let go, the more we have. When we release our attachments, we make room for new experiences, new people, and new opportunities. We open ourselves to the richness of life, knowing that whatever we need will come to us, without force, without striving. The path of letting go is not always easy, but it is always worth it. With each release, you find more space, more peace, and more joy. You begin to live with less fear, less stress, and more clarity. And in this clarity, you will find the true nature of happiness. So, as you continue your journey, remember, attachment is the source of suffering, but letting go is the path to freedom. Practice this every day, with patience and kindness toward yourself. Release what no longer serves you, and watch as your life becomes lighter, brighter, and more joyful. The power of right speech. In the practice of Buddhism, speech is not just the words we say. It is the expression of our inner thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Right speech is an essential aspect of a peaceful life. It is about speaking with wisdom and compassion, and using words to bring clarity, harmony, and understanding, rather than confusion, anger, or division. This habit is more powerful than you might think. The way we speak shapes our world, our relationships, and our inner peace. We often overlook the importance of speech. It seems like a simple thing, just a tool we use to communicate with others, but speech is much more than that. When we speak with kindness and mindfulness, we can heal wounds, lift spirits, and create connections. When we speak with negativity or ignorance, we can hurt others, create misunderstandings, and spread division. The power of right speech lies in its ability to transform the way we connect with the world. So, what is right speech? Right speech can be understood as speech that is truthful, kind, helpful, and necessary. In Buddhism, it is one of the steps on the path to enlightenment because it guides us to express ourselves in a way that benefits everyone, including ourselves. Let's break it down into its core elements. Truthfulness. We must speak the truth, but we must also be careful about how we present it. Truth, when expressed with harshness, can hurt others. It is not just about saying things as they are, but saying them in a way that is mindful of the other person's feelings. Truth should bring clarity, not pain. Imagine, for example, if you were to tell a friend a harsh truth without considering their emotional state. The truth might be important, but the delivery can create more harm than good. Right speech means telling the truth, but with a heart full of compassion, understanding that sometimes the truth is best delivered gently. Kindness. Every word we speak should be rooted in kindness. Kind words are like seeds that grow into beautiful flowers. They brighten someone's day, make them feel seen, and encourage positive thoughts. Even when we have to address difficult matters, kindness should be at the core of our speech. If we speak in a way that is harsh, critical, or mean, we are not only hurting others, but we are also creating negativity within ourselves. On the other hand, kind speech fills our hearts with peace, because when we are kind, we are acting in harmony with our true nature. Helping others. Right speech is also about speaking in a way that helps others grow. Our words should uplift, inspire, and encourage others to be their best selves. When we speak in a way that is helpful, we support the growth of those around us. We have the power to help others find clarity, comfort, and courage simply by choosing our words wisely. Imagine a friend who is feeling down and needs encouragement. Your words can either lift them or make them feel worse. Right speech means finding the words that bring strength and light into their life. Necessary speech. Often, we speak just for the sake of speaking, but right speech teaches us to be mindful of what we say. Not every thought needs to be spoken aloud. Sometimes, silence can be more powerful than words. In Buddhism, there is a teaching that says, when in doubt, say nothing. The habit of speaking only when necessary helps us avoid gossip, unnecessary complaints, and idle chatter. It is about being intentional with our words, choosing to speak only when it serves a purpose. This doesn't mean we should be silent all the time. It means we should speak with intention, knowing that our words have power. Avoiding harmful speech. One of the most important aspects of right speech is avoiding harmful speech. This includes lying, gossiping, harsh language, and speaking in ways that create conflict. Harmful speech can destroy relationships, spread negativity, and disrupt the peace of the mind. When we speak from a place of anger, frustration, or resentment, we invite more anger, frustration, and resentment into our lives. Instead, right speech encourages us to speak with patience, understanding, and a calm mind. When we speak from a place of peace, we spread peace to others. Right speech is not just about avoiding harmful words. It is about using words to create a world of kindness, truth, and harmony. Every word we speak is a reflection of our inner world. If we fill our hearts with love, compassion, and wisdom, our speech will naturally follow suit. By practicing right speech, we create a ripple effect that spreads peace and positivity into the world. In your daily life, take a moment to reflect before you speak. Ask yourself, is what I'm about to say true? Is it kind? Will it help others? Is it necessary? This simple practice can have a profound impact on your relationships, your work, and your inner peace. When you start speaking with mindfulness, you begin to see the world in a new light. You become more aware of how your words influence the people around you. And you begin to realize that your speech is not just a tool for communication, it is a tool for transformation. Imagine a world where everyone practiced right speech, a world where every word was spoken with care, kindness, and truth, a world where people spoke to lift each other up, not bring them down. How different would our relationships be? How much more peaceful would our communities feel? By practicing right speech in your own life, you contribute to this world of peace and kindness. You become a beacon of light, guiding others with your words. In Buddhism, right speech is often seen as the foundation for building a life of harmony and understanding. When our words align with our actions and intentions, we begin to live with integrity. We no longer have to worry about saying the wrong thing or causing harm. Our speech becomes a reflection of our highest self, and through it, we can inspire others to do the same. As you continue to practice right speech, you will begin to notice subtle changes in your life. Conversations will feel more meaningful, and misunderstandings will become less frequent. Your relationships will deepen, and you will feel more connected to others. The more mindful you become of your speech, the more peaceful and fulfilled you will feel. And just as importantly, your speech will inspire others to practice the same. This is the power of right speech. It is a practice that transforms not only the way we communicate, but the way we experience the world. By speaking with wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness, we can create a life filled with peace, love, and understanding. Right speech is not just about what we say, it's about who we are becoming in the process. And as we continue on this journey, one mindful word at a time, we come closer to living a life of true peace and harmony, balancing effort and rest. In life, there is a rhythm, a natural flow between activity and stillness. The energy of the universe is not a constant rush. It breathes in and it breathes out. The sun rises and sets. The seasons change. In this balance, we find peace, and in this balance, we discover the secret to living a fulfilling life. The first step towards finding this balance is understanding that effort and rest are not opposing forces. They are two sides of the same coin, working together to create harmony in our lives. Just as a musician needs both loud and soft notes to create a beautiful song, you need both effort and rest to live a life of true peace. Effort, when used wisely, is the energy you put into your actions. It is the determination to keep moving forward, to face challenges, to learn, and to grow. But effort alone can lead to exhaustion, burnout, and frustration. Just as a river that flows without pause eventually dries up, so too will your energy if you do not allow for rest. Rest is equally important. It is in rest that the body, mind, and spirit are nourished. It is in stillness that wisdom is found. Think of rest as the space between the beats of a drum. Without it, the rhythm would be lost. Without rest, the body becomes weak, the mind becomes cluttered, and the spirit grows restless. To balance effort and rest is to recognize when to push forward and when to step back. It is to know that sometimes the most productive thing you can do is to pause, to breathe, and to give yourself the space to recharge. In the Buddhist tradition, this is referred to as right effort, the effort that comes from wisdom, the effort that is neither too much nor too little. It is the effort that is aligned with your true nature and the natural rhythm of life. When you engage in right effort, you do so with awareness. You are mindful of how much energy you are expending and how much energy you are conserving. You do not push yourself beyond your limits, nor do you avoid challenges. You move through life with a steady, calm determination, knowing that each moment requires a balance of doing and being. The Zen teachings often speak of effortless effort. This may sound contradictory, but it is a profound truth. Effortless effort is when you are fully engaged in what you are doing, but you are not attached to the outcome. You are not forcing things to happen. You are flowing with life, allowing the natural course of events to unfold while still giving your best. In daily life, balancing effort and rest might look like this. You wake up early in the morning with purpose, setting clear intentions for your day. You engage in your work or tasks with focus and determination, but you do not push yourself past the point of exhaustion. When you feel tired, you rest. Whether that means taking a short nap, going for a walk, or simply sitting quietly, you allow your body and mind to rejuvenate. When you return to your tasks, you do so with a renewed sense of clarity and energy. This balance is not just about physical rest. It also involves mental and emotional rest. You must give yourself the freedom to let go of the constant chatter of thoughts and worries. This is why practices like meditation are so essential in Buddhism. Meditation helps you rest your mind, quiet your thoughts, and create space for inner peace. Without mental rest, even the most peaceful surroundings can feel overwhelming. But when the mind is at rest, you see the world with fresh eyes. You notice the beauty in the simplest things: a tree swaying in the wind, the sound of birds singing, the taste of your food. You become more connected to life itself, more aware of the present moment. This is the reward of balancing effort and rest. You might ask, how do I know when to rest and when to push forward? The answer lies in mindfulness. By being present with yourself, you will feel when your body or mind is tired and when it is ready to continue. Your inner wisdom, like a gentle guide, will show you the way. In the Zen tradition, there is a beautiful saying, when the work is done, the work is done. This means that once you have given your best effort, you do not cling to the task. You let it go, and you rest. If you continue to force yourself to work when you are already tired, you are not being true to yourself. You are not honoring the natural rhythm of your body or your life. The key to balancing effort and rest is not in striving for perfection, but in accepting the natural ebb and flow of life. You do not have to be constantly productive to be valuable. Your worth is not defined by how much you accomplish, but by how deeply you live. This means that every moment of rest is just as important as every moment of work. Both are necessary for a life of balance and peace. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate balance is through the practice of mindful breathing. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or exhausted, take a few deep breaths. With each inhale, gather your energy, and with each exhale, release any tension or stress. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, let go of the urge to control. Allow yourself to be present, fully in the moment. This simple practice can help you reconnect with your own natural rhythm, and it is a reminder that you do not have to do everything at once. In Buddhism, it is said that the way is the goal. This means that the journey itself is as important as the destination. You are not rushing toward an end. Instead, you are walking the path with mindfulness, with intention, and with a deep understanding of the need for both effort and rest. Each step you take, each breath you take, is part of the process. As you move through your day, remember this. Effort is not about forcing things to happen. It is about showing up fully, giving your best, and letting go of the need to control every outcome. Rest is not about avoiding life. It is about honoring your own need for renewal, so you can engage more fully when the time is right. The balance between effort and rest is not something that happens overnight. It is a lifelong practice. Some days, you will feel the need to push harder, and other days, you will need to step back and rest. The wisdom comes from knowing when to do each, and recognizing that both are necessary for a life of peace and fulfillment. When you find this balance, you will feel a sense of ease in your life, no matter what challenges come your way. So, take a moment today to reflect on the balance in your own life. Are you pushing too hard, or are you avoiding effort altogether? Are you resting when you need to, or are you too caught up in distractions? In the quiet spaces between effort and rest, you will find your true self. And in this balance, you will find lasting peace. Conclusion: embodying the habits of a balanced life. As we come to the end of this journey, it's important to pause and reflect. All the habits we have discussed, mindfulness, gratitude, compassion, simplicity, letting go, right speech, balance, wisdom, impermanence, and harmony, are not just ideas to think about. They are practices to live by, each one offering a way to live a life filled with peace, clarity, and joy. Think for a moment. What would your life look like if you began living these habits today? Would you feel calmer in moments of stress? Would your relationships deepen and grow more meaningful? Would your thoughts be clearer, your heart softer, your spirit lighter? The key to transforming your life lies not in knowing these habits, but in practicing them. Every day is an opportunity to apply what you have learned. You don't need to be perfect. In fact, perfection is not the goal. The goal is progress. Every time you catch yourself reacting with impatience, frustration, or negativity, you have the chance to pause, breathe, and choose a different path. This is the practice. This is where the transformation happens. Start with one habit at a time. Focus on it until it becomes a natural part of your life. Let mindfulness guide your actions. Let gratitude fill your heart. Let compassion lead your words. Let simplicity clear your mind. Let go of the unnecessary and embrace the present moment. Speak kindly, act with intention, and rest when you need it. Reflect on your experiences and allow your wisdom to grow. Recognize the impermanence of all things and align yourself with the flow of life, understanding that everything is constantly changing, and that's okay. Harmony with nature and the universe will bring you peace, and it will be reflected in every part of your being. Remember, the path of practice is a journey. It doesn't have a final destination. It's a way of living, not just a set of actions. Each moment you choose peace, kindness, or clarity is a step forward. Don't expect to have it all figured out at once. Be patient with yourself. Like a river flowing toward the sea, your efforts may feel slow at times, but they are always moving you toward greater wisdom and peace. Buddhism teaches us that the world we see is shaped by our minds. If our minds are filled with negativity, stress, and confusion, that is how we will experience the world. But if we cultivate habits that foster calmness, clarity, and compassion, the world we experience will begin to reflect that inner peace. It's not about changing the world outside of us. It's about changing the way we interact with it. You have the power to make these changes. No one else can do it for you. The teachings are here, available to anyone willing to practice. It's up to you to decide if today is the day you begin. We must also remember that these habits are not just for the good moments in life, but for the challenging ones as well. Life will present obstacles. You will face difficulties, just as we all do. But it's in those moments that these habits become most important. Mindfulness in the face of anger, gratitude in the midst of loss, compassion when faced with someone's pain. This is where true transformation occurs. The strength of these habits is that they don't just help us when life is easy. They help us when life is hard. And that is when we need them most. As you move forward, take each habit and see it as a small seed planted in the garden of your life. Some seeds will take longer to grow than others, but with patience, they will bloom. One day, You'll look back and see that the life you live now is shaped by the habits you've chosen. You'll find yourself responding with peace when things are tough. You'll feel grateful for the smallest blessings. You'll be a source of light for others, sharing compassion, kindness, and understanding. But remember, this journey doesn't end here. Once you begin practicing these habits, you may find that your life will continue to evolve in ways you never expected. As you cultivate these habits, they begin to shape you in ways that are beyond your control. You'll grow in ways you never imagined. And that is the beauty of this path. It's a continual unfolding of your true nature. In the end, these habits are not just about living a good life. They are about living a wise life. A life that is in tune with the deeper truths of existence. A life that embraces the fullness of each moment, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem. A life that brings you peace, joy, and connection to the world around you. So, take a deep breath. Right now, in this very moment, ask yourself, what can I do today to begin living these habits? How can I make them part of my daily life? Whether it's taking a few moments to be mindful, choosing gratitude, or practicing kindness, every small step counts. And every step brings you closer to the peaceful, balanced life that Buddhism teaches us is possible. At Wisdom Woven, we are here to help you on this journey. We are here to share wisdom, to guide you, and to encourage you. But remember, the true power lies within you. You are the one who will make these changes. You are the one who will live these habits. And you are the one who will experience the transformation. As we conclude this video, we encourage you to continue seeking, continue growing, and continue living these habits every single day. The world needs more people who embody peace, kindness, and wisdom. The world needs you to be that person. If you have found value in this video, please share it with others who might benefit. And remember, this is just the beginning. Stay connected, keep learning, and keep practicing. You are on the path. And the path, my friend, is always open to those who are willing to walk it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May your life be filled with peace, wisdom, and endless possibilities.